Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me now?
What about now?
I cannot hear you. Hold on a second. Let me.
Still nothing?
Hello?
Hello, hello.
Okay, for some reason I can hear you now. I don't know if Sarah Landa is going to be on this call.
No, she might be just because I had this meeting on my calendar, but I guess the invitation didn't go out. And Sarah emailed me maybe a couple days ago. And in her email she said, we'll talk on and we'll talk on Tuesday. So I think she had this time, but the invitation didn't go out until this morning.
Now let me just text her. I mean, I'm supposed to, because I didn't have it on my calendar, I scheduled an 11 o'clock meeting.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to do that. So I have a half an hour. Can you sort of show me what's going on with the ads?
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that it just got an email saying that they are launched, but wasn't that supposed to happen last week?
It was supposed to happen last week, and I'm not sure what happened. I was trying to figure out who turned them off because I remember I even went back and looked at our video together, and I had turned them on in the meeting, but somehow they turned off. So, turned them back on just a couple days ago when I noticed that.
It looks like they were turned on today because that was the notice I got that it was approved.
Well, I was republishing them and trying to figure out why they hadn't gone, why they weren't on for the last couple days.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, I have created the video version of the ad,
Okay.
which we could go over if you want to. That might have been actually where you got the notification because this is a new campaign that I published, so that it would be visible on your end for the meeting today.
Okay, yes. She
So
is gonna join us, she says.
okay. What we do have from the data is that we've reached almost, exclusively people in these two groups. So I'm not sure if that tells us anything yet. It might be too early.
Well, that's the age group I would expect.
Okay.
I actually, that's not 100% true. I would think that the 45 to 54 would be a bigger bump, actually.
Yeah, and so maybe this will change. It definitely hasn't been running since the 18th completely. So yeah.
Okay.
So here are the videos. Let me just run them for you. Each one is under 30 seconds.
Sarah, hi Sarah.
Hi, sorry guys.
Hi. Okay.
Okay.
And you know how I can swap the photos and videos out easily if you wanted to change any of these. So keep that in mind.
Okay, yeah, because this photo is cassette tapes.
Okay. Let me.
So we just need prints or albums or.
Yeah. Okay.
Even a photograph of like digital photos in the cloud. Because that's the biggest thing for people is on their phones too. So if you have a photo, or maybe Sarah, we could send him a photo of a bunch of photographs on a computer.
Mm-hmm. I sent him all of the ones we had sized for Instagram. So
Okay.
do you have anything like that in there, Jeff?
Let me go get that.
I'm stopping my video because you guys are all not on video. Sarah, I have a hard stop at 11.
Okay,
Because I didn't know about this meeting and rescheduled another meeting for me.
okay.
Do you
But-
want to look at do you want to do it later this week?
Yeah,
Cause
we could.
I
if
have
that-
time on Friday right now, but I would block it I would like to block it out. you know.
I'm wide open because the kids are going back to school tomorrow.
Oh, you're lucky. I have to wait a week. Yeah, I can do Friday.
What time on Friday?
Uh,
Yeah, the only one I
see.
have is 11. It has to be outside of that. 11 to 12 is booked.
What do you think, Sarah? 12 or 10? Let's do 12.
Sure.
Okay. All right, 12 o'clock on, oh, it's the 1st. Oh my God. Thanks for being flexible, Jeff.
I'm still sick, unfortunately. My
Are you
schedule is-
really? Oh my God.
I know.
Is this your first time?
With COVID? No, it's not my first time with COVID, but I got pneumonia also.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man,
Doing great.
Yeah.
I heard this one's bad. I have another friend who has it too, and she's fully vaccinated, but this is her first one. So
Yeah,
bad.
we had fires down here. I live in Auburn, and there was
Mhm.
fires right over the mountains. And until even today, that air looks bad, and it rained last night. So I
Yeah.
think it's been a lot of that.
Oh, man. Do
Sarah,
you
I'm not
wanna-
seeing the photos. Oh, there it is. Got it. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just quickly run through these since I've got 10 minutes. Is that okay with you, Jeff?
Yeah, yeah.
Just that way we can have something. Okay, I like the video actually.
Yeah, yeah. So remember, video blocks. Feel
Yeah.
free to go through video blocks. Any videos that you like in here, we can use. I have, the license.
Storyblocks.com.
Storyblocks.com.
Can you email us that link
Yeah,
to me
I'll
and
email it.
Sarah? Sarah Landa, can you go through there and pull some video blocks?
Sure.
And also, Jeff, September 1, the month of September is Save Your Photographs Month.
We should create a campaign for that.
Yeah,
Save
that's
your
what I wanted to-
photos.
Save Your Photos Month. I don't know where you're typing. Can you go back
I'm
to
on
the-
on the other monitor. Let me know
Oh, yeah.
if
Okay, great. Any kind of video with a younger person helping an older person or that kind of thing is great. I think we also, one of the things I want to be careful of is that we don't get too heavy into the scanning and of old prints and stuff, that we make it equal with digital photos.
okay.
Okay.
So I was one thing, I know I've mentioned ChatGPT before, but did we create an account for us to use? Because I didn't have a
I
login.
have one that I've used, but we can
I have a
create-
free account.
yeah.
Okay.
Are you on 4.0 yet, Jeff? Or are you still using 3.5?
For websites I usually use 3.5, but the 3.5 has gotten worse over time, so I might
Okay,
go
I was
back
just
to
wondering.
4 shortly.
Yeah, I was wondering if 4 is any better. I mean, I've been reasonably happy with 3.5 for, blocking out blogs and stuff, but
Yeah. Okay, 1 second. So I thought, Jennifer, if I could use maybe your ChatGPT account so that all the content is easily organized in one place, that would be nice.
You want my chat GPT? God, I
yeah,
don't know.
if you don't mind.
Let me look and see.
And then what I was getting at is I created 2 blog posts on the website just to kind of start targeting the who. So when I did photo organizing for like that, you know, it shows all this list of stuff. You know, these obviously we need to create some blog content around, you know, Windows, Mac, iPhone, Android.
Okay, so are you ready for my chat GPT?
Yeah.
So it's info@jenniferloomis.com. And the password is 5535, capital J, capital B, lowercase me, exclamation mark, lowercase z.
Any, you know, blog content I create for SPO will come from here then.
Okay.
But so this, I was going to email this to you because this is one of the top articles and it comes from a rather small person. You know, her SEO isn't outrageous. So this is definitely something that's worked really well for her. And, you know, maybe if we reduce the number of options on here, you know, it doesn't, I think the obvious ones are Google, you know, the two at the top.
Well, she doesn't even list the one that we use, which is Mylio.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's where I thought your feedback might be helpful. And maybe there's other ones on there that are, you know, that you know are terrible that anyone that uses is likely going to want to hire someone afterwards.
A lot of these I haven't even heard about.
Yeah. Okay. These are the two that I know that we need to get on the website, Apple and iCloud Photos. You already have iCloud on there a little bit. So I'll just, you know, rehash the site thing. You know, you go site there and I can put in iCloud, right, and see how many articles we have around that. So, you know, just the point here is that when it comes to photo organizing for, Moms wasn't even in there. It would just listed off a bunch of tech stuff, you know, Windows, Mac, iPhone, Android. But so Moms, I kind of just used to get some example content, you know, with a real demographic to use. And put 2 blog posts on the website. Both of them are drafts, but
Okay.
just what you know, what ChatGPT spit out to me, you know, that I thought might be kind of helpful for kind of generating social media ideas. But let's see, I think it was the second one, the ultimate gift, helping parents organize their photos. So, you know, group them
That's
by
good.
events, years, family members, or other organizations. There's just a lot of keywords in here for stuff that I thought, you know, could be really useful for making some social media posts.
That's great. That looks good. I would just put it up there.
Yep. And
We
then,
need an image on there, right?
yeah, exactly. We need some images, some videos. And also, you know, the big problem with ChatGPT is it loves to set you know, give you lists that really don't get into enough detail. So, you know, maybe something that I typically do a lot with ChatGPT articles is instead of taking the full 12 that they gave me, I pick out my favorite 6. I try to reduce the number. And then I will search for each one of these individually on ChatGPT and expand on the bullet points, if that makes sense.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So ChatGPT has a horrible habit of just giving you a long list of things, and each list is like a sentence long, which is kind of not enough.
So should we pick the 6 now?
Yeah, well, so I was just kind of throwing out kind of what my process is with social media. So very often I will first check, you know, I'm going to make a campaign around a certain type of thing, and I'll search the website for that kind of content using the site thing. You know, so these are all the pages that I want to promote on social media to get SEO for iCloud. In the same breath, you can kind of link in between these articles. I'm not sure if there is any internal linking yet for that, but, you know, essentially iCloud articles linking to each other and then pointing back to a service page is the, you know, the general, you know, tree kind of concept that you're trying to make, where everything links back to where you want the points to go. Is that making sense?
Yeah. So how would we prep for save your photos month?
So, you know, I use a program for social media called CoSchedule. There's a lot of them out there. Everyone has their own personal preference, but you know, Buffer, Hootsuite are the other popular ones. But in here, you can create a campaign, social campaign, and we could name this Save Your Photos Month. now all our save your photos, save your photos posts can go in this. So we can Google real quick. What is Save Your Photos Month? Again, I don't know if whether you guys actually want to use this or not, but just for the purposes of making a post, you can go same day as publish, right? Signature photo organizing, putting your photos and images.
Are you gonna do this, Jeff? Because we don't have access to this software.
Well, so I can send you the login for this. It's free. And absolutely will try to do as much as I can, in the process of doing blogging and other stuff. But the social
Maybe
media is
Sarah, you
the
can do
thing where I
this.
need some help.
Yeah, I can do this. Is this similar to Planoly or Later?
Yes, yep.
Okay,
very
because
similar.
I use Planoly. I'd rather stick with them than start a new one.
That's perfectly fine. The reason I
Okay.
like this one is just that you can kind of create your own campaigns, right?
Mhm.
Like you have a way of organizing your posts into like folders essentially so that you can reuse them later. And
Mhm.
then you have the opportunity to like so you can make campaigns around links or campaigns around subjects, whatever. And then it's got this thing called requeue. So the idea is if you use something, and Planoly probably is the same way, where it'll
Mhm.
recycle your old posts. So as long as you
Okay.
have that feature, I think that's the thing that you're going to want to use at some point in the future.
Okay, I'll look into that. I don't usually recycle old posts because Jennifer doesn't like repetition in her feed, but
I think it depends on the time,
okay.
right? Like if it's been 2 days, no, but if it's been
Right.
6 months, that's fine. I think with Save Your Photos Month, we could use a blog on that.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think so too. Anything that's really, so that's another thing that I think you can kind of get in the habit of practicing is, I go to your Facebook page and then, for example, where is it? Create a family photo album. So, there hasn't been a lot of links in here to the website. We haven't had a lot of posts with links to the website, which is something we should try to change a little bit, pepper them in here and there. But I will then I searched your website for family photo album. Where is it? So you can see that, the home page popped up and then the importance of photo albums. The idea is if you don't see any blog post that includes
Mhm.
content like this, might as well
Mhm.
copy and paste what you've already done for social media and make a blog post out of it.
Okay.
So you
Well,
can,
typically, so I'm working in the reverse order, but
that's fine.
typically I'm taking the copy from a blog post, adding it to an Instagram post, but then we're just connecting it to Facebook. So I see what you're saying. I should be linking that Facebook post back to the original blog content.
Yeah,
And
that Instagram just doesn't give you an option to put in links.
exactly.
So yeah.
But yeah, I can do that. I can run through those from Facebook and link them back to the blog posts.
Okay,
And then Jeff, can we just quickly go back to those ads that you did and just look at those so you can work on those this week if you
Yeah,
have time?
yeah.
So, get rid of the cassette tapes and in the beginning of that. And then I just want to make sure we've got at least half of the ads are talking about, or, a third is digitizing analog stuff. A third is making sure the family photos are safe, like from on the phones and in the hard drives and in the cloud. And then, you could do a one on the digital photo libraries that we create.
Okay. Right now, I think we have just one campaign that is digitizing and family photos are safe together. So I'll separate them into their own campaigns.
Okay.
And then I'll finish. I started on the digital photo library one, but haven't finished it yet.
Okay, so we'll look at that on Friday. And then I'm
You want to
curious.
play the next one?
Yeah. That's good. Question about the videos. Does it make sense to have our logo in the lower right-hand corner of these?
We can absolutely do that. Yeah. If you want to do that, we can.
I
So
think so.
something to keep in mind though with Facebook ads, you know, your business is going to show there at the top of the post.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
So, but you
I-
know, depending on how you're watching videos, if you're on your mobile phone, that's not always as visible. So, um,
So we
if you
should
want to
send
do
you,
that, it's easy to do that. So
right.
just,
So I'll have Sarah send you, Sarah McLaris, send you a transparent background.
Okay.
Logo.
okay, we did this one. That might be the same video from before. Yep. Okay, never mind. Is that this one?
That looks like the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah. So I'm gonna change this one to enhance accessibility for your photos. For some reason, my video program wasn't exporting at the time, so that will get updated. We'll keep playing. And then I would remove the title on that one, you know, since it's not really necessary. And you know, this last image, we've used the same image on all of them. I can easily, you know, change those, add some variety to that last one as well.
Yeah, I think we have rotating images on the cover of the website. I like that it's an
Okay.
image that they'll recognize when they go to our website. That seems smart to me.
Okay, and then I'll use the ones from the homepage then and change that last one a little bit.
I think this is good. I think this would make sense to have a
The cloud one.
yeah, you know, and I think if Sarah sent you those videos, we have been picking picking some with that in mind. And I guess get rid of the cassette tape.
Yeah. I'm gonna go and remove all the cassettes. Try to put in more digital stuff. Cloud stuff.
This would be a good one where you see a kid taking pictures and you could say something like, you know, I don't know, there's great data out there on how many photos are taken every day. You know, you could say, you know, 1.2 billion photos are taken every day. Are yours safe?
Yeah,
Or
I'm pretty sure
something.
this one came from Video Blocks too. This, you know, cute mom and kid together. And then let's see.
Okay.
This must be the other one.
And these are running. Okay, there you go. There's some digital stuff. Can I see that again?
Hmm?
No, that's not it.
Was that the right one? No, it's this one.
That one. Maybe this is preservation protection. Okay, I mean, that one could be digital, but it still seems like it's physical.
Yeah. I'll go ahead because they're mixed up in the same campaign. I'm gonna go separate the three into
Okay.
advertising, family photos are
Great.
safe, and then
And you
digital
can
photo
look for
library.
video blocks like that too.
Okay.
Okay, so that's great. That's great. So thinking in terms of the couple of buckets, right? We've got the analog photos that we digitize, and that is preservation and protection. That would be older family members, probably target market. We have the digital photos, which are photos on all the phones and all the hard drives and in the cloud, right? That would probably be your mom market, right? And Sarah, please speak up if you think I've got this backwards. And
No, you're
then,
good.
you know, the photo library, which is sort of the amalgamation, right, or bringing together of those two buckets of photos, is the searchable digital photo library, right? That's the one where a lot of moms, I speak to a lot of moms, and they're super stressed out about all their photos and what to do with them. Okay. And so for Save Your Photos Month, it might be great to target a mom's, okay, and sort of say, hey, you got photos everywhere, stressed out about losing those photos of your precious children. I'm just brainstorming off the cuff here. You know, signature photo organizing can help you.
Yeah, and this is also where, like, you know, we could even, looking down the line, have two campaigns, one for the men and one for the women, and you can literally
Right.
address the moms
Great.
as mom. Are you,
But
you know, hey
But
mom.
I definitely, we want to start a campaign for Save Your Photos Month.
Okay.
So even these videos that you're using here, those would be, you know, those with a simple tweak. You can say September is Save Your Photos Month.
Yep.
It's time. As long as you get those 2 or 3 buckets going on, you know, the digital. I don't know if we need, the other question I have is the digital photo library that we use Mylio as a software, but I don't think we need to get into that. That might be too
Yeah,
much.
probably not. I think the ones that the clients are likely to be using themselves is more of your ideal audience. But someone who's already using Mylio has probably done the research to find the right program. Probably pretty far down the process already.
Well, a lot of clients aren't down the process at all,
Mm.
which is interesting. So they come to us with photos everywhere. And
Yeah.
a lot of them don't like Google Photos. A lot of them have them in Amazon Photos, Google Photos, and iPhoto. So when I say they're spread out across all devices, I mean that. Like, they have not gone down, like, they come to us to consolidate. That's our client.
I've
So it's
also, like
not
I told you, my parents like didn't want to pay for the cloud, and it ended up costing them a bunch of photos because,
right.
you know, they're
Right.
trying to keep it free, and it
But
filled up.
yeah, right. Like, so my point is that they're not that far down the road, right? Like, they're not using Apple Photos, or they're not, you know, maybe they're using Google Photos, but then they're not sure, is that the right solution? So then they put some over on Amazon Photos, and then their phone syncs to iPhoto.
Yeah, or they
You know,
switch from Android to iPhone, or iPhone to Android.
right. So I think the client that we want to target are the clients who aren't far down the road.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll be the campaign that we'll look at on Fridays, Save Your Photos Month,
Yeah.
because that's the first day.
So, and that kind of gets back to my thought process, was that I'm pretty sure we can target by device. So we could target people with iPhones and be like, you know, have you gotten this message recently that your cloud is getting full, you know, and use a screenshot of the iPhone thing. Like, you can, so I'm saying, making very specific campaign buckets and targeting
Great,
specific people.
great,
And
great.
your audience is basically divided in two between iPhone and Android.
Right.
Yeah.
Most of the people we do are iPhone.
There
But
was there was this person I found that, you know, ranks for photo organizing, and she, you know, is actually a home organizer. So, you know, I did want to just remind you that I think if you know any home organizers, you really are going to want to link to them and, you know, do some linking to them and getting some links from them. It would make a huge difference
You're
because you guys
working on
share
that,
very
right,
similar
Sarah?
audiences.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Yeah. So, and then you saw in here that I thought this was a cool page to look at because, you know,
Yeah. That's actually an interesting idea for our photo services. I need help for myself. I need help for a parent, you know? I don't know. Okay. Okay, so let me just rerun in my head what we have you going for, Jeff. You're gonna redo these videos. You're gonna set up a campaign for Save Your Photos Month. It seems like we need a blog for Save Your Photos Month. We need like 3 or 4 blogs for Save Your Photos Month.
Mhm.
What do you guys think about that? Is there any blog items, Sarah, that you and and then I'm gonna have to jump off of this, but I need somebody to write those. I cannot do it.
Yeah, no, I will do that. And I need to do a little bit more research on what those topics are going to be, but I'll do that today.
Okay. Yeah, because I think if we look at what is Save Your Photos Month, I think you can break it out into back up your digital files, consolidate your digital files, scan your analog files. I don't know, protect your analog files, but let me know because I'd like to get those peppered throughout the month. And then Jeff, you work on the videos. And so we can kind of have a consolidated push.
Okay, well, when I get those topics, Jen, I'll run those by you and then we can give those to Jeff.
Will you write the blogs or is Jeff writing?
No, I will write the blogs.
Okay,
but
okay,
if
good.
he's going to make videos or do Facebook ads, then
Yeah.
we can coordinate our topics.
Yeah, and that's fine because Friday's the 1st. I mean, it's not like, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I at least want to start my first Instagram post on Friday, but and I can probably do the first blog for this week too.
Okay, great.
Get that out on Friday.
Jeff, do you have a preference as far as that graphic for our logo? Is it black and white or do you want it in our maroon color? I would say maroon, but I don't know. Are you there? Jeff?
Jeff, are you muted? Did we lose him? It says we have 3 participants.
I know. Jeff?
Can you hear me? My other mic.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you now.
I would say maroon color for the graphic.
Yeah, just send them both to me because until I put them into Photoshop or the video program, I won't know which one.
I'll have her send all 3, black, white, and maroon. Okay, that's happening.
Just a
Okay,
heads up, it's 11:07.
I know, I gotta go. I gotta
Okay.
go.
Talk to you Friday.
Okay, thanks, Jeff.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Hey, Jeff, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Do you have a sec?
Yes, I do.
I know you're not feeling well, so I don't want to keep you. I just wanted to circle back around and touch base and see if you needed to outsource any work at this time for social media.
I'll be talking to a dentist later today, actually, which is
Okay.
people that I know needs help with social media.
Mhm.
And I have another talk with another client on Friday who also is definitely, he's kind of not as far along as the dentist is. He's
Okay.
kind of working with a web designer and more in the initial stages, but same thing, he's going to need a social media person. And then in general, most of my clients need help on social media. It's more a matter of how hands-on they are in their own content marketing, I suppose. Because if they're not writing their own content, it's very hard to, and I'm constantly trying to get them to pay for writers. So it's very hard to push for social media if they're not doing the writing.
Yeah, no, it is hard. And I have a few clients, and some like to write their own and others, they want me to just take over completely. Actually, most of them want me to take over completely.
Yeah, which is fine in the beginning. It just over time gets harder, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, ChatGPT helps for sure.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's because when I'm not feeling inspired, I can say, hey, here's my go at here's my pass. And then they'll like give me a better one, or I'll realize, oh, mine's actually better.
Yeah. We don't have to read 10 articles before we write one anymore, do we?
Exactly. So yeah, just keep me posted. And I don't know how that would work, if I would invoice them myself or if you would they would retain, you would retain them as your client and I would just bill you or however that would work.
Okay,
I'm
I'll
open
think
to
about that.
possibilities.
Yeah, and I might even try doing it both ways to see what works out better.
Yeah. And just, you know, like I am interested in, I mean, ultimately my goal would be to have a full-time job in SEO. I know I have things I need to learn on that aspect. So I'm open to contract work and learning for sure. So if there's ever a need, keep me in mind.
Have you ever thought about joining a BNI group?
I've thought about just about anything.
I would highly recommend it. You know, so SEO people do really well in BNI groups.
Okay.
Pretty much every BNI group on the planet has a web designer. It's one of the most popular positions there is.
Mhm.
Besides tax person and real estate, those are the three most common people. So it's usually really easy to find a group that has a web designer and doesn't have an SEO person. In
Okay.
fact, in my area, there's really only like 2 or 3 SEO people out of like 20 different chapters.
Yeah, it's interesting. I haven't done that, but in the past I've just reached directly out to designers
Yeah.
to say, would you ever need an SEO person on your team? But I haven't had a lot of success in that area because I don't think they really care.
Yeah, so BNI is, you know, there you get points for referring within the group.
Ah,
And they keep track of that.
okay.
So everybody's trying to get referrals because of the point system. And then
Okay.
just by being in BNI, you're going to convert things that you wouldn't convert otherwise because of the way that they reward people for, you know, giving and receiving referrals.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, I joined a BNI group and within the month it paid for itself.
Wow.
You know, and I would say that like almost 50% of my business comes from BNI still, even today. So yeah, if you're looking for, I would absolutely try, like, do your research on the groups in your area, because if you have a good group in your area, and not everybody does, it basically jumpstarted my business.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you for taking the time and hope you feel better.
Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you
on
Friday. Okay. Take care. Bye.